Brian Ruiz, een van de grootste Costa Ricaanse voetballers ooit. Bij zijn eerste club, Liga Deportiva Alajuelense, groeide de sierlijke linkspoot uit tot een waar fenomeen. Daarna volgde een lange carrière bij clubs in Europa en Zuid-Amerika. Met als absolute hoogtepunt het kampioenschap met FC Twente. Op 17 december 2022 speelde Ruiz zijn allerlaatste wedstrijd tegen de Tukkers. Het werd een avond om nooit te vergeten.
It was the idea of Oliver Nowalski, is someone that worked with La Liga, and he visited Twente years ago. So he saw that outside of the fan shop in Twente there was a big picture of me. So he was like, maybe it could be good if you have your farewell game against Twente. And I say, of course, it would be great. So I gave him the contact of Richard, and then they start talking, and I knew it was going to be hard to do it because of the moment and everything, but at the end we could do it, and I'm very happy.
It's a big delegation. 52 people came, plus you guys from the press, so more than 60. And organizing a hotel, food, you know, there are dietary restrictions. For example, a nice anecdote is there are some players that eat halal meat. It was so hard to get halal meat here in Costa Rica, but we managed to get it at the end. Transportation. So I wanted, and my team wanted to make sure that this visit was very special for Twente as well. And I'm hoping that it's being that way for the players and for everybody that's visiting from the Netherlands.
Ik denk in juni dat wij de eerste gesprekken hadden via Richard Peters, onze perschef. Die kende Brian nog. Toen kwam de contact via Oliver Nowalski. Dat is de commercieel directeur van La Liga. Dat is de club waar we nu te gast zijn. En van het een kwam het ander. En dat kwam bij ons terecht van, hey, wat denk je daarvan? Is dat wat voor ons? Ja, en zodoende was het een heel lang proces, maar nu zijn we hier.
And why Twente?
Why Twente? That's I think an interesting question. He played in many teams in Europe, but I think nothing like Twente, right? I've had a lot of conversations with him, and Twente is in his heart. The other teams were very important as well, but I think what he lived there, what he lived in your city, being able to win that first trophy, first, Eredivisie, meant the world for him, and he always has his love for the team. So I know it was his dream, to finish off with the two teams that are in his heart.
Je eerste gedachte is natuurlijk wel van wauw, ja, Costa Rica. Dan denk je van ja, waar ligt dat eigenlijk? Midden-Amerika. Ja, je hebt toen 𝗓𝒂𝒂𝒏 als Costa Ricaan in de ploeg, dus direct erbij gehaald van hey, vertel eens even wat meer, of wat is die club dan eigenlijk?
Bueno, a ellos les gusta mucho la comida, el clima. La verdad que en el hotel que nos estamos hospedando la vista es muy bonita. Tenemos el Estadio Nacional enfrente, las montañas, entonces es bastante bonito. Están encantados. Aún no hemos salido mucho a conocer. Mañana iremos a un tour con el equipo a Isla Tortuga y espero que disfruten bastante. Sí, mi familia está acá, una parte de mi familia. Mis padres, mis dos hermanos menores, sí, el más pequeño tiene 4 años y también estaba mi novia.
Ik kreeg vanochtend een berichtje van mijn broer. Die zei, gaan we met de familie zaterdag schaatsen? Ik zei, nou het dooit hier, dus dat gaan we maar even niet doen. Maar het is goed warm hier. Ja, het maakt het een stukje zwaarder, maar het is ook echt heel fijn dat we in de zon zijn. Dus we klagen niet.
En dan zien wij hier in Alajuela ineens een shirt van Ruiz van AA Gent. Vertel daar eens meer over. Hoe zit dat?
In 2004 was ik hier zelf uitwisselingsstudent. Ben ik hier met een uitwisselingsprogramma aangekomen en via een vriend ben ik in het stadion terechtgekomen op de tribunes. Waar ik voor het eerst van de kunstjes van de toen nog piepjonge Brian kon genieten. Dat jaar hadden ze gewoon een heel sterk team. Met veel topspelers, veel iconen van de club. Maar zelfs dan was er toch één lange smalle met een lange staart. Daarvoor in de spits, nummer 9, die er wel al bovenuit sprong. Die de weg naar het doel heel vlot vond. Ik zag hem hier een heel jaar schitteren, een paar fenomenale goals zien maken. En toen kwam mijn tijd na mijn uitwisseling, moest ik met een zwaar hartje terug naar Gent. En terug in Gent in 2006 op een ochtend, ik weet nog dat mijn pa me vroeg, Gent heeft een Costa Ricaan gekocht. Ik weet niet of dat een beetje een goeie is. Ken je die een zekere Ruiz of zoiets? Toen zei ik van wat? Van alle clubs ter wereld heeft Ruiz bij Gent getekend. Super, ik was in de wolken, uiteraard. En ik zei hem ook meteen van je moet altijd afwachten of ze hier in Europa aarden, maar als voetballer is dat zeker een heel goeie.
Toen ging hij naar Twente.
We wisten dat er snel, met zijn talenten, dat er snel een stap naar iets groter zou komen. We hoopten ook vooral dat hij niet meteen naar iets te hoog zou gaan waar hij dan op de bank zou geraken. Dus waren we eigenlijk allemaal wel tevreden, omdat hij had 3 seizoenen alles voor ons gegeven. Onze club kreeg er een goede prijs voor en Brian kon zijn carrière verder zetten bij een club en voetbal, het Nederlandse voetbal, dat hem eigenlijk op het lijf geschreven was om dan door te groeien naar nog iets groter. Dus voor ons was dat wij zagen dat als een mooie stap die hem zeer zeker gegund was.
I didn't know a lot about Twente. To be honest, when the offer came to me, I was like, okay, first of all, let me see about the team, because you know when you heard about Netherlands, then it's PSV, Ajax, Feyenoord. So I had to look about Twente. But after I saw what they were doing, it was for me a very good step to continue growing as a football player in Europe. So I took it, and of course I haven't regretted 1 second of that. It looks like we were made for each other, you know, because everything from the beginning started very well. I did things in Twente that I never expect to do, you know, like score 10 games in a row or scored 3 goals in less than 5 minutes. Became champion with a team that never been champion before. So many teams that worked really good, and it just looked like we were made to each other. From the beginning, the stadium always full and everyone singing the whole game. Especially from the moment I came, Twente was good. So we started winning from the beginning, and you know, while the season we were getting matches, then we continue winning, and then something special started to grow there, and the people, in one moment, I think at the half of the season, everyone started to believe that maybe we could do it. You know, we could become champions, and so it was really good. And second year we fight it until the end. Last game against Ajax, we could be champion again, two years in a row. Couldn't do it, but the week before we were champion of the cup, so that was also something good we did, and that was 2 years unbelievable.
What was your best moment? What do you remember? What's your best remembrance?
The moment we won the title, I was great to live that. After that, I had tough moment when I got injury in second season, and to came back and scored the winning goal also against Feyenoord in our stadium. That was also a moment to remember. It's a great memory for me. But if you see those 2 years, so much good memories, and just little, maybe not good memories, but most of them were very good memories.
Did you follow the club during your career later on?
I did, yes. I still do, and it was hard for me when they went down, because I never expected Twente to go down. And I was very happy when they could get back to the Eredivisie, and that they are there and they are doing good. They are fighting to hopefully to play Europe next season. So that's something that makes me very happy.
Do you have contact in Twente with Wout or other players?
Yeah,
or
with Wout we have something that happened a couple of years ago. I think when I was in Santos, I was in Germany for treatment, special treatment for my back, and we met each other there, and we were like, "What are you doing here?" So we were talking there, and then we started really good contact after that.
What was your best goal at Twente? Do you have one or two goals that you think, oh, that was...
You know what? I'm glad that I have some very good goals, but I like it the first one I scored against Sparta, but also I like it when I scored against Costa Rican goalkeeper, which is 𝗧𝗂𝒂𝒏 against 𝗧𝗂𝗃𝒂𝒏. And also I like it one against 𝗂𝗂𝒂𝒏. I did the bicycle, and then I went through the keeper. So those three were very nice, but I know there are others that also were very good.
We are now in Alajuelense. Could you very shortly describe this club and what it means for you?
Yeah, this club has a lot of history, and it's the club that helped me to become the player and the person I am now. If you know, I started playing when I was 1 year old with my grandpa, and I played with him and in his team until 12 years old. After that, I came to Alajuelense, and then it started for me something very special. And it's one of the two biggest clubs in Costa Rica. So the pressure is always there because you have to win the title every year. And I'm glad that from 12 years old I'm part of this team. And we won titles when I play here. I played here 3 years, and the 3 years I won something here, so it was very good. So after my whole career in Europe and outside of the country, I'm very happy that I could come back where everything begins.
This club is 103 years old, so it's one of the oldest and most historic clubs in the country. And we're one of the two biggest clubs. Pretty much the majority of the fans in Costa Rica support either our team, Alajuelense, or 𝗧𝗂𝒂𝒏. It's the biggest rivalry. And we are based in Alajuela, where we are right now. And this is our stadium, Alejandro Morera Soto. We call it the Cathedral. It's a beautiful old stadium, 80 years old, for 17,000 people. And this is our beautiful home.
And there's not a special story about the stadium, huh?
Yeah, there's a very nice story called La Marcha del Ladrillo, the brick march. So in 1949, there was this movement in the city of Alajuela where kids, families, people from the city each person brought a brick, well, more than one, to help build all the walls outside the stadium. Before it was just a pitch and some stands, and they brought over 1 million bricks, and because of them we were able to finish building this stadium.
In Twente you have a saying, it's called naberschap. It means that you help each other and you help your neighbors. But it's also here at Alajuelense.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the most important things of this club. It's not a private club, it's owned by the fans. And we're a club that one of our slogans is el equipo de su gente, the team of its people, right, of its fans.
Bueno, tengo como más de 20 años de venir al estadio. Todos los domingos somos parte de la barra. Nos conocemos hace más de 20 años y hemos pues ayudado en muchos proyectos que han habido en el curso de este tiempo. Nos conocemos del barrio, de donde nosotros crecimos, y pues terminamos acá compartiendo una pasión con todo el resto de la afición.
Sí, yo les comentaba que yo a Brian lo conozco del colegio, lo voy a jugar ahí en un planché que había en el colegio, en los recreos o donde no habían clases. Y ya yo sabía que estaba en la liga, pero después cuando lo vi aquí, siempre yo decía, yo lo conozco, estaba en el colegio.
How was the reunion with some players at the training center?
It was very emotional for me. When I saw, especially the first one I saw, it was Sander. He screamed to me, oh! So it was very emotional and very good for me to see him again. I was, of course, wowed. Also players that I play in PSV, like Titon and Joshua. It was good for me to see them also. And Richard, Jaco. So there were some people that still working there after this many years.
Ja, wel bijzonder moet ik zeggen. Ik keek natuurlijk wel naar uit en ik was een beetje twijfelachtig of ik mee kon naar de trainingskamp. En dat is gelukkig gelukt, vanwege mijn fitheid. Gisteren hebben we hem gezien, dus dat was wel bijzonder. Ik heb gewoon wel een bijzondere klik met hem gehad. Het is wel gewoon een bijzondere speler voor de geschiedenis van Twente geweest.
Yeah, it was good for me to be part of one training. And what makes me happy also is that they have a lot of quality. You know, when you see them playing and kick the ball and control, and they know what they have to do. So it's something that, if it's true that the football has changed, they have still some small things that makes part of the Netherlands, and that's very nice to see.
The match, what do you expect? It's going to be a big party, but also a match?
Yeah, I know. It's a full house, and that's something very special also. And so for especially the first half, we will try to make it intense for both teams, because also they know that the second half of the game they're going to be a couple of surprises. Like my son, which is 15 years old, is going to be a few minutes.
What's that like?
It's great. You know. I know he's not ready to play because he's still in formation, but he wanted also, and I wanted him to play. So it will be great.
To finish his career here means a lot. You know, for our fans, it's something that, you know, a couple of years ago we wouldn't even dream about it. So having him here, having this game against Twente this Saturday is just a dream come true.
Ik ben 1 december hier aangekomen voor mijn vakantie en om gewoon maandenlang hier door te racen. En het viel perfect binnen mijn vakantie, dus dan kan ik het niet overslaan om hier niet naartoe te gaan.
Hoe ben je ontvangen door al die gasten?
Ja, geweldig. Iedereen is blij, iedereen vindt het mooi om met je op de foto te gaan, terwijl ik eigenlijk helemaal niemand ben. Maar mensen zijn super blij, ze zijn super, hoe zeg je dat, fijn in de omgang en ze zijn allemaal vrolijk, ze willen graag met je op de foto's. Ja, het leeft hier gewoon. En Brian Ruiz is natuurlijk een hele grootheid hier. En het is mooi dat hij dat op deze manier kan afsluiten.
For us, it's like an idol. It's kind of sad saying goodbye to him today, but for the whole region, I think for the whole country, he's very special, and we will keep him in our hearts, definitely.
Bueno, Ruiz ha sido el capitán, ha sido un líder, ha sido una persona que ha estado siempre en primera fila dentro de lo que es la liga. ha sido un formador de jugadores jóvenes. Ha habido mucha gente que le ha seguido a él y que tanto en la selección como en el equipo pues ha sido una pieza muy importante. Sabemos que la liga está en una etapa de reestructuración porque necesitamos lograr cosas más positivas y bueno, a no estar Brian Ruiz pues le va a hacer falta porque él era el que mandaba en todo eso, era el maestro de toda esa formación que estaba ahí, ¿no? Seguro que le va a hacer falta a la liga y también le va a hacer falta a la selección nacional.
Ik moest eventjes de ESPN documentaire kijken over Brian, zodat ik een beetje weet wie die nou eigenlijk is en waarvoor ik eigenlijk nu naar het stadion ga. Maar ja, ik heb het idee dat het wel een groot man is geweest in Twente.
I think he's a legend, right, of the club. There are very few players that transcend history, and Ruiz is, I think, a modern legend. You can be a good player, but not a good person, and I think he's a much better person than player. He's a leader everywhere he goes. The majority of places he's become a captain. He's been captain in the national team for over 10 years. Kids aspire to be like him, and I think when you meet him, you would never expect such a successful player. He says hello to everybody, talks to everyone, very humble and very down to earth. And I think those are the values that we want players to have, not only in Costa Rica, all over the world, in an industry that's sometimes complicated. So when you have a special player like him, and a special person like him, you want him around your team, right? So it's very special for us that he came back. And for the project that you've seen, our training ground, the kids living there, to have a role model like Brian this past 2 years, I think means the world for the kids that are living there.
Because I remember him since the beginning. He was just, he was awesome. He was different. He was a different kind of player. So yeah, he made a lot of really, really amazing goals. So I cannot say one especially. But I remember a couple from in Netherlands. But usually, in general, he was really great. So yeah.
Ja, misschien de doelpunten in het tweede bedrijf van de wedstrijd tegen Heracles, meen ik. Dat was wel een van de doelpunten wat me echt is bijgebleven. Maar ja, de man heeft zoveel mooie dingen gedaan bij ons, voor ons Twente. Dus ja, om daar eentje uit te zoeken, ja, zoek zelf maar eentje uit, zeg maar.
Nou, we hadden vele goals die hij heeft gemaakt in het kampioensjaar natuurlijk. Eigenlijk altijd de last minute goals. Wat vooral nog bij staat is denk ik de hat-trick van Ruiz. Hij heeft ook volgens mij nog 2 mooie lobgoaltjes gemaakt. Dus dat zijn wel mooie herinneringen.
This is a limited edition of Brian Ruiz shirt. His last game, the number 10, Brian Ruiz. It has a lot of details like his goal against Italy in the 2014 World Cup against Italy in Brazil. So it's like the most iconic moment of his career. Of course, the number 10. Here we have a patch with all the titles he won. Of course, the number 10 and his name. Here are the logo of the teams, all the 8 teams he played in, including 𝗂𝒂𝒂𝒏, Alajuelense, Twente, and the Costa Rican Federation. So it's a very special shirt for all Brian Ruiz fans, Costa Rican fans, and 𝗂𝒂𝒂𝒏, Alajuelense fans, and of course, Twente fans. All the money from this shirt is going for our young categories, for little guys in the club. So of course it's got like $100. So all the money is going to our club.
Did you follow his period at Twente? Did you watch the games or?
Of course. I remember waking up very early in the morning to watch every weekend the games. Him going against Suarez to see who was the leading goal scorer. And yeah, it was, from what I remember, a very tight season. And I remember it was crazy because I wasn't a Twente supporter, but the day you guys won the tournament, I was celebrating in my house as if it was my team. And I think that's what Brian means for me, and I know it was the same with a lot of Costa Rican fans. It was something historic, something that Costa Rican players hadn't achieved before, and it remains historic. I know there's a big banner of him in the stadium. He's part of history in a club in Europe, and that's very hard to achieve.
I actually watched many games, right, back then when he was playing for the Europe League, right, and also for Twente, right, when they won the championship and also the cup in there, and I celebrated like one fan in there, right.
Bueno, nosotros sabemos que siempre Twente ha sido un equipo que ha estado muy adelante, de los primeros siempre dentro de la liga holandesa. Es un equipo que creemos que siempre ha dado mucha oportunidad a jugadores un poco más jóvenes, porque es un equipo que se ha preocupado por dar la formación, ¿no? Pienso que también para Costa Rica es un equipo importante, porque ahí participó Brian Ruiz y bueno, ahora sabemos que hay un tico más que está por allá, ¿no?
We were always following him, so we were very close to Twente. I don't have actually any expectations. I just came here like have a big surprise to see him and to see him play with both teams. It's going to be something really amazing, and for me, like we don't have all the time like these opportunities to have teams from Europe, so it's going to be something really, really amazing. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Hopelijk met mooie doelpunten en een geweldige sfeer, maar dat moet denk ik wel goed komen. Iedereen is vrolijk, iedereen is blij, dus ik denk dat dat wel goed moet komen.
Well, we are not in the best shape right now, but I hope that we can do it. We can do it and we can win. But I see it very difficult, to be honest.
I think having a game against Twente, and even though it's going to be competitive, it's going to be a party, and hopefully people singing all game and you know, families happy. I think that's what I expect. That's why I want 17,000 people leaving the stadium, knowing that, you know, what a fun day. I'll never forget being at Brian Ruiz's goodbye party, not a game. And for me, that's what I expect. That's what I want. And, you know, have goosebumps.
Yeah, it's hard. Very hard, I think. But I'm prepared for this. I think when I took the decision, it was the right moment, and I'm just trying to enjoy the last hours of my professional career.
Nuevamente les hacemos el recordatorio muy importante. No invadir la cancha. No invadir la cancha. El mural va a ser en el minuto 10.
What I want is to take a couple of months of resting, and then I will start preparing myself as a trainer and also as a technical director to know everything in football apart from being a football player.
Y ahora sí, señoras y señores, el momento más emotivo en la carrera de un jugador.
For me, it's been one of the biggest honors of my life to be able to organize this game, to be part of this goodbye. And I think saying goodbye is always hard, but I think it's the right moment. He finished off with the World Cup. He was playing his last season here, and to be able to finish off in a game against Twente, I know it's a dream for him and a dream for fans to be able to have Twente here.
Una carrera espectacular. Oficialmente, la carrera de Brian Ruiz.
Prachtig weer op Costa Rica. In mooie omstandigheden dus voor deze oefenwedstrijd. Hier gaat het toch vooral ook om het afscheid van Brian Ruiz, die hier van Sander Bosker een kampioenschaal krijgt. En daar staat op welke prijzen hij gewonnen heeft met FC Twente. Natuurlijk de landstitel in 2010. Maar ook de beker. En 2 keer de Supercup. En het applaus van de Costa Ricanen is dan ook voor FC Twente. Maar hier de 11 voor de elftalfoto. Met de aanvoerdersband om de arm van Brian Ruiz. En ook hier wil Brian Ruiz natuurlijk wel mee op de foto. En er komen er nog veel meer bij, ook alle wisselspelers. om dit moment nog 1 keer Ruiz op een voetbalveld. Scheidsrechter Pedro nog even in gesprek met Brian Ruiz. En eigenlijk zien we voorafgaand aan dit duel alleen maar lachende gezichten.
Vale Twente, 𝗂𝒂𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒔 llega al área, Manfred, marca que aparece, 𝗂𝒂𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒔 se queda con el esférico, toca atrás en el servicio, se va para Van Ruiz, golazo.
No pites por favor, que se nos va el capitán. El inicio de un legado, el comienzo de esta historia que jamás olvidaremos y siempre recordaremos.
Less than 2 minutes and I put the ball in the goal and it was amazing. And it was also amazing. I want to thank all the Twente players because the celebration, I didn't expect that. You know, when I saw the players from the bench come to me, it was a great feeling. So I want to thank them.
Se nos va el capitán, mi capitán. Convertido en leyenda, todo un ídolo.
You know, when you have this kind of last game, you wish that everything goes well. And tonight, this afternoon, everything went well because from the beginning I started, so I didn't have that pressure anymore that I had to score.
Una buena recuperación que le cuenta el balón a área, van a llegar con la oportunidad, Manfred le pega, gol. De Aaron Suárez al costado el esférico, tocaron para que venga Suárez, llega a meter el centro,
En daar komt Brian Ruiz nu dus in dat andere shirt. De maker van de eerste goal in deze wedstrijd, al na 1,5 minuut. En dan zijn we los voor de tweede helft. Doet die bal terug, flap, oh, die stuit dan op de doelman. En daar is het geen 1-3. Dit is Mora die die bal voorgeeft en daar is het op de paal gekopt. Hier is hij. De jonge Ruiz, Matías Ruiz.
Con más espacio, ataque la Liga Deportiva de Alajuelense, sigue Carlos, el centro de Vigo que se presenta Matías.
You don't want any of the teams to lose. So at the end it was a draw with a goal of my son. So it was, what else can I ask for? I think it was the perfect night.
Liga Deportiva Alajuelense. De Matías Ruiz, qué golazo el de Matías, porque se encontró la pelota ahí en la entrada del área, no lo pensó mucho.
I appreciate all the players because also Twente did a good game. and I think they understand also that second half it was a little bit less intensity because we have some not professional players, but everything went very well.
Kruipen we langzaam naar het einde van de wedstrijd, die dus nog onderbroken zal worden, omdat Brian Ruiz zelf ook nog iets te vertellen heeft. Gondola. En dit is dat moment.
Convertido en leyenda, todo un ídolo en el puente. Es historia con la sele, eres todo un referente. ¿Por qué te vas? Te canta la afición, mi capitán. No te vayas, por favor.
Costa Rica. Palabra emotiva.
De emoties komen dan ook los bij Brian Ruiz.
It was amazing. That's why in my speech I said to all the 20 people that was here that it was an honor, and I really appreciate that they let me wear for 45 minutes at least the 20 shirt and to defend that shirt, because for me it's an honor. It was a great finish, great 45 minutes, scoring one goal, 𝒂𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒔, and I feel really good of that, and I will see you I think sooner than later. So thank you everyone.